Evening, good morning, and good night. No. Set my paddles. All right. This one is a. This one. There we go.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Apparently, I looked through this already, but I don't remember it, so we'll go through
It's
it again.
Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Radio
What am I
frequencies,
looking
it
at?
seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
Daniel, hello. Good to see you, man. Oh.
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
I'm always just like, everything this game presents at me, just over and over and over again, I'm just like, this is out of left field. It's like,
there's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
what else? Scorch the Lawns. Yes, enjoy your gaming. Oh, yes, I will. This game will leave me perplexed and shocked. Consistently, I know it.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble.
I'm just
An
like,
echo from times
I'll
long
make a
gone.
roll.
No one has used the fireplace in ages.
I'll cast a roll, I'll win, and then it'll still like just kind of beat around the bush and like just really fuck it all. I'll just be like, what the fuck is happening? But I kind of knew that this game will actively fuck with me going into it, so no, I blatantly know that, but I don't know much about how it does, but it's interesting to experience it. Weird game. Highly recommend. Dinosaur Topic says, have you heard of Elliot Roger? I have been researching him. He was a guy who went on a rampage because he couldn't get girls. Oh! One of those incels.
A dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button.
Did you hear there's a...
from the printer.
Arthur Greg. Cheers. Daniel, did you hear there's a new RoboCop TV show in production?
Another radio computer.
Or soon to
Just
be in
sitting here
production.
without anyone inside.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens.
He did it backwards. Robot cop. Well, cool, I guess. RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop's awesome.
Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
Is that a door?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
The RoboCop video game was sick. I need to play New Game Plus now on like fucking like hard mode. Now that I've got like, it's gonna be a splatterfest. Good times. All right, looks like undercover counter village. It's just failed business.
Yes, that is the question.
Daniel's Westworld 73 had a robot sheriff. Close enough. Yeah, yeah. RoboCop. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, yeah, they should make a spin-off. Except make it like more like Westworld. But it's actually in the West. You got this robot fucking sheriff. It's there for reasons. Probably time travel.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
This journal is so funny. Someone is doing a read through of it and it says a lot of zany. Yeah, I bet it does. That's Daniel topics.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Yeah, you did it backwards. That's right. That's right. You get so delusional, you fucking shoot yourself as the first fucking. Yeah, yeah. It only makes sense. You got this big spree planned. You may as well shoot yourself first, right? It's only logical.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Houston tried to open a robot hooker establishment, says Lawyer Greg, a few years ago, but the evil mayor stepped in and forbade it at the last minute. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you're taking the women, taking the work away from all those hardworking sex workers. Doing that. But if it's another reboot and not in canon, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So I thought it was worth talking about at the very least, right? How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it, Oiler Craig. I took you at your word there. I was like, that sounds like a true story. Westworld theme robot dancing. We voted the mayor out. We voted that mayor out. Yeah.
Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Oiler Craig says, I offered to take in the robot girls. Yeah, they gotta have somewhere to stay. Yeah, they can stay at my house. I take 2 or 3 of them in. Yeah. Daniel's Hot Topic says, I saw Westworld and I heard it had a sequel, Future World. Never saw that. Did you see season 1 of the Westworld TV show? Season 1's amazing. And you can just close the book on it and just let it be. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's great. But don't bother watching it anymore. It's ruined it.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Oh,
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
oh, Greg says now we have homeless robot hookers walking the streets of Houston. Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
As long as they're making their bag and not getting taken advantage of, I guess.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway.
Sequel was
Role-playing
terrible,
people love
Daniel.
that stuff. The world looks like
There
a
you go.
modified version of the WeWorld board game.
Thanks for the insight, Euler Greg. Future World is terrible. I've heard the Westworld is great, but I knew about Future World, but it's I don't know anything. Clearly didn't have the impact that Westworld did.
Super cool.
Cool.
Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Euler Greg says Scogli is correct about Westworld series. Season 1 is awesome, but not the rest. Yes, no. Yeah, if you haven't seen Westworld Season 1, fucking watch it. It's fucking great. It is great. And as long as you're, you know how science fictions have a lot of times have like an ending that's like unsettling and just kind of leaves you hanging sort of thing. Approach it like that and you'll love it, right? If you don't mind that sort of like kind of like mysterious ending that you get a lot of times in great science fiction that leaves you thinking for days after the possibilities of whoa, what could be going on here, right? When you see those like Ray Bradbury shorts or like The Outer Limits or something, there's that cutoff at the end. You're like, oh, right, kind of thing. Just approach it like that. Don't watch the rest of it because they ruin it. Season 2 and 3 are terrible.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
They're narrative messes from like a structural standpoint too. They're just ridiculous.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
Yo, Robot versus Yo Brenner. Yo Brenner versus fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. Yo Brenner fucking Sheriff Robot. Depends on what kind of armament they have and if they can keep distance from each other. Hand to hand, I'm going with the Terminator. The Terminator is pretty intense though with his targeting shit, but I don't know. Fucking Yule Robot's probably pretty good too. I was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. Nah. A little cold moment. Let's finish it. Wow. I just,
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
he must be so frustrated. I was just hoping more from our Mr. Kim here. Smile sprinked out on his face. It's good.
Okay, let's keep moving.
He knows I'm joking, right? Okay.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
70s tech is unbeatable. Yeah, yeah. It's like what computers can do in Superman 3. You can just randomly make the guys on the little men on the walk lights walk and don't walk lights. Just start having like a fist fight and computers. Fascinating.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit.
If you knew it was me, would you have listened? Says Earl Grey Bestie. Probably not. But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
Yo Robot has only a single weakness: acid. Arnold Bot is dude. Yeah, Arnold Bot doesn't have acid. Arnolda Bot. What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad. That's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure.
Reality is ruthless.
Rootless. Epic. Okay, so I have an item in my thing here that I can look at. What is this? Production schedule filament. Oh, interesting. I think I know where that goes. Does that fit in this thing? Get out of the way, Mr. Kim.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Orla Greg says, I got that feeling that Yule would just rewrite Arnold's program. Just get in there with the fucking... Like some fucking... Get in there like in Spock's brain. They got some like iron filings and shit. Captain Picard that shit.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard...
Oh, this game is cracked!
Blinking.
This game is fucking cracked. Like, I find myself completely gobsmacked and just completely, like, just utterly floored at what it presents me at, like, every single turn and notion. It's just, like, just the most deeply bizarre and fascinating and original RPG I played yet. What this running dialogue you have in your head between these, how your skill points are all just like different aspects of your subconscious is fucking brilliant. This is crazy. You get that running dialogue in your head the entire time of your different knowledge bases and skills and whatever coming in from your subconscious. It's wow. It's really something. Okay, so like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play button starts playing. Oh yeah, press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
I've talked to her before.
Indian repeat station. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
It's me again, Yvonne! It's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password.
Oh.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Of course she fucking... I don't know the password. She won't give me a hint.
No.
Yeah.
Still no. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for stress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the received? I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Fortress accident.
Logic.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Oh,
Thank you,
you do
and
such a
goodbye.
wonderful job. Your fucking boss must be proud.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Nothing happens. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Maybe I'll find another one and I can put it in that, and I won't have to come back. And if I have to come back here, I'll have it with me, right? All right.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hypercarnivore. Be careful. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Chris agrees. Yeah, good to keep an eye. It only makes logical sense, right? It's probably redundant for me to take it out, but I'll feel like a fool if I left it there and I find another warm place where I could use it. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble and the bear regular. Oh.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Nice.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in abandoned
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
What I'm left was like, I wonder what it means. Is this a metaphor for something? Am I dead? I'm in hell, right?
Cold dust
Or
covers
at
the
least
furnace,
purgatory.
coloring
I don't
it
know.
pitch black.
stuck in some like joke matrix or something. That old lady's the switchboard operator. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Looks like this furnace has a face. And it's
I
a
drowned in
face
I
of
drowned in
agony.
the fucking I drowned in the fucking in the water. My body's in that truck. I Wild speculation. Revachol is essentially purgatory, yeah. Yeah, that seems pretty fucking clear to me, yeah. Like, Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Look inside the furnace. Smear your hands with coal. Kick it with your foot. Yeah, Mr. Kim's like my guardian angel or something to usher me fucking to see if I'm good enough or I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Never mind my speculation. What is this thing? It is a furnace.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Through my hands with coal. I should I don't think I should do that.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least
Oh,
not
come
the
on, Mr. Kim.
supernatural kind.
Malignant entities? Yeah.
Then what was the chatter you heard?
I'm gonna do it.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity. And it's a woman, of course. The malicious entities are always women.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
The Eat Fuck edition is gonna be hilarious. EETFUK. Eat Fuck. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna know the ins and outs of this game by then too, and I'm just gonna fucking be it's gonna be hilarious.
After you, officer.
Be gone, you vile succubus. I was smearing
A
my
lush
hands with
layer
coal.
of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
Nice.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing? Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it. These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring a dark place and I need the protection of my war paint.
And this protects you.
Says I love it. Yeah. Like they'll just be describing a gum wrapper in your pocket. It's just the most riveting thing you've ever heard.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Oh,
A
make
hollow
you...
ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
That was awesome.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented. Something close to you.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raised...
Clinically insane. Insane mesh shop plus one drama. Where do you get that? Wear it at your own risk. Oh my goodness.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
There's water on the floor now. You see that? Not really. Do I have any ideas on who the killer is? Now that you mention it, maybe it's me. I don't know. So what was I? $16. Um,
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form. See? See? This place is cursed. Even your body has failed you. It's a miracle you didn't injure yourself.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
oh, what a gentleman. Oh, trippy. Okay, so how did I... Forgot about that voice up the fucking...
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Epic. Alright. So now that the ice is melted, I should be able to find it.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Guess I should have read that as soon as I picked it up. Bare fridge, oh bare fridge, melt out in the floor. This is just the back room of the fucking place, you know. God damn it. Where's the motherfucking bare fridge?
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
That's fucking funny shit.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Ah, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? The bear's eyes are dead and empty.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through them.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
How strange. Well, if you're interested, my rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
Yeah, I agree, Daniel. Daniel's Hot Topics says, what an awesome lab. Yeah.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field. with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk teenagers hanging about.
Fuck
Must be because of the strike.
You can fuck up. I'm fucking cool out, man.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside.
Yeah.
Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
She nods.
I'm legit.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Bad business
It's just
practices.
capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
No, they got inside of her brain. The burrowing holes.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Fine.
You could say so.
You could
Both
say
houses were
so.
built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me.
Yeah. There's you.
I've been here for 14 years, selling
14
novelty
years.
dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
The jetpack.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today? More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Oh, I don't know. Few more hours, anyways.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
Probably gonna switch to solo Zomboid in a few hours, maybe an hour or so. I've been going now. I've been going for an hour.
Me neither. I just wanted off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Daniel. It's always awesome stopping.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
Oh, he's a mouthy dickhead out there. Get out there throwing rocks to the dead body. Yeah, he's the little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead
Oh,
bodies.
you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth?
Yeah,
Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
of course.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff medias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What does she mean, to get off on it?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with
Insane
innocent
clown
psychosis.
posse.
This isn't our problem.
The insane clown posse has a separate division. Deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-rosas.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
He's like a dermatologist for fucking taxis.
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals.
Oh my
I
god.
wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
What do you do?
Eventually, it
He's
caused him to lose
fucking high
control
off
of his body.
formaldehyde.
The smell
You
was
drink that and
awful.
he's like,
Even you can probably do better than that. You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk. His
popping a
pants
bottle
stained
of
with
formal-
grease, stuffily sad,
formaldehyde.
stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
He's fucking, and they're huffing ether and formaldehyde. Fucking stuffing this old fucking dog.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed, what were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritte does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravenshaw ICT. And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravenshaw ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool. Scary, but cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast,
Yeah.
guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
Pretty much.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all.
Right.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost on the windows.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long... Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. Right, it used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick-track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Oh, right. But did this person say anything? Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
No solidarity.
Why would Slipstream SCA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same...
If the whirling is part of the same building,
Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work. Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
For a bit, I need to take a rest. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back in a bit with some nighttime flying. But I need to recharge with some food.